Man, my girl Lauren London can't catch a break. She finally get out the hood and get away from this little chain snatching fiend to getting one of the hottest actors out there, Michael B. Jordan, just to get killed. So No Remorse is Amazon's latest big feature release, and it was hyped up because it's a Tom Clancy story starring Michael B. Jordan. And the plot of it goes as follows. Michael B. Jordan is the captain of this elite SEAL team, and they go on this mission where they're not briefed fully, and then some sketchy stuff kind of goes on, but then they decide to be professionals and just roll with the mission. Well, after they're home and everything is cool, the people who are behind the sketchiness start coming cleaning up all of Michael B. Jordan's team. And when they come to get Michael B. Jordan, they mistakenly get his wife and daughter instead. So now Michael B. Jordan has to go on this revenge plot to figure out why they came for him, what happened, and who set this whole thing up. And now we have our movie. Now I really had high hopes for this movie. With who starring in it and the story being Tom Clancy, I just knew I was gonna get two things. I was gonna get some dope action and I was gonna get some dope acting. Two very important ingredients in the movie. But let me tell you, this movie took me on a roller coaster. Like when it starts out, it opens up with a SEAL team scene, and you can see the production value is there. This movie looks great. But then as they start going through their emotions and everything, I started noticing small gripes, like Michael B. Jordan didn't have the dexterity of some of the other people I've seen do these kind of roles, like when Mark Wahlberg did Lone Survivor, or the real SEALs that they used in Act of Valor. Those guys really made me believe that they were trained killers. Michael B. Jordan, he was a little robotic, but it was good enough. But anyway, so as the scene finishes up, they start setting up the whole story, the big plot, and I thought the pacing of the movie was going well for like the first 30 minutes or so. And then I started realizing that the plot had big holes in it, and then the script was like poorly done. I feel like that they were like, man, we're gonna make this thing look great, and we're gonna go for the biggest name we can get. So when they landed Michael B. Jordan, they were like, man, we got the production team there, and we got Michael B. Jordan, and then that was it on budget, because the script seems phoned in. The acting in this movie wasn't as great as I wanted it to be, which would have been fine, because in Act of Valor, the acting was trash. Lone Survivor, the acting was good though. The acting in that movie was offset by the action scenes. And I can't say the same happened in this movie, because everybody in the movie was like very run-of-the-mill, especially when they were on camera with Michael B. Jordan, which takes me to one of my other problems with this movie. Was I feel like my man's overacted his role. Like when he showed us pain and he showed us fury, like I believed it. I was like, man, this guy can act. But the movie depicted him as such a tough badass, and in movies like that, like when I see John Wick get hurt, my man's will go over and like smash his shoulder into the wall and reset it and just and get up and keep going. Or my boy Marv out of Sin City, he just pops some pills. But anyway, the overacting was just throughout the movie. Like in particular, this one scene, he's shot in the shoulder and in the chest. And I understand they were trying to be realistic, and he was supposed to be in great pain. He was dying because I think he got hit in the stomach too. But my man starts pulling himself across the floor, and I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, you're hurting and you're dying, but you have the strength to pull yourself with your arm, but you can't just stand up and walk. And it was like, I get they were trying to show his pain, but again, I don't know, it's just a conflicting message to me. Was this supposed to be a badass movie, or seriously like I can act, get my Denzel on? I don't know. I just think the man overacted in a lot of the scene. Now the pacing of the movie, it's kind of hard to speak on that too, because the action scenes were enjoyable. The overall look of the movie was beautiful, but when you get some of those plot holes, like how they just don't explain how they got from here to here, or how this person was able to pull off this, or even just the basic overall dialogue of the script, it kind of makes you start being like, okay, how much longer do I have in this movie? And then they'll drop an action scene on you, and Michael B. Jordan will beat up 10 people, and then you back in. So the pacing of the movie is kind of a tough one too. But even though this movie took me on a roller coaster, I ultimately landed on the side of I didn't really enjoy this movie. I feel like Michael B. Jordan overacted, even though he was still phenomenal. It just didn't fit for this role. I feel like the production was outstanding. The movie is beautiful, and a lot of the action actually is very enjoyable. The acting is very forgettable. The plot of the movie doesn't make sense a lot of times, and a lot of the feats that he do, they'll end up, it's just a lot. So with all that being said, I'm sorry, but I gotta say this movie is a rainy day rental. Alright, so that's it for this one, folks. So for the comment convo today, I want you to let me know, do you agree or disagree with my take on this movie? Whatever you think, comment below and let me know. Now, as always, if you like this video and can't wait for the next to drop, like, comment, and subscribe to see more from me, Mike Proc. Later.